Office, night. Sound, the relentless, low hum of fluorescent lights. The distant rumble of the HVAC system. The lonely clack of a keyboard. Mark is the only soul in a sea of cubicles. He rubs his eyes, staring at a complex financial spreadsheet on his screen. He takes a sip of cold coffee and grimaces. He leans back to stretch. His office chair creaks, the sound absurdly loud in the silence. As he settles back, his eyes fall on a single, neon yellow post-it note stuck to the bezel of his monitor. In neat, handwritten block letters, it reads: Haunted office begins here. Mark frowns. He peels the note off, turns it over. Nothing. He scoffs, a small, nervous laugh. Mark. Muttering to himself. Real funny, Dave. You guys are hilarious. He crumples the note and tosses it towards his trash can. It misses. He goes back to typing. A moment passes. Click. The sound is small, but distinct. It came from his left. He looks. Nothing. Just rows of empty desks. He turns back to his screen. On the monitor, directly over his spreadsheet, a new window has opened. A blank notepad file. Letters begin to type themselves, one after another, with mechanical precision. Text on screen, you shouldn't have done that. Mark freezes. His breath hitches. He slowly reaches for the mouse, cursor shaking over the X to close the window. The text vanishes. Replaced by a new, single line. Text on screen, look behind you. Mark's eyes dart to the black reflection of his monitor screen. For a fraction of a second, he sees it, a tall, distorted figure standing silently between the cubicles behind him. He whips around in his chair. Nothing. The office is empty. His heart is pounding now. This isn't a prank. A soft, insistent rustling sound. He looks down. The crumpled post-it note on the floor is slowly unfurling itself. It lies flat on the carpet, the message facing up. As he stares, the words on it begin to change. The ink bleeds and reforms into a new message. Find the red desk. This is insane. He should run. But a morbid, compelling curiosity grips him. He has to know. He gets up, phone in hand as a flashlight. The office feels different. Larger. The aisles between cubicles seem to stretch into darkness. He walks, peering into cubicles. Beige, beige, gray, beige. Then he sees it. One desk, identical to all others, but with a vibrant, blood-red chair. On the desk sits a single, old-fashioned cassette player. He approaches cautiously. He presses play. Sound, tape hiss, then a distorted, whispering voice that sounds eerily like his own. Tape voice, VO. You're not leaving. The exit is gone. The only way out is through. Check the printer. The tape clicks off. Mark runs to the nearby printer bay. In the output tray is a single, warm piece of paper. It's a black and white photocopy of the office floor plan. A large X is marked in a distant corner. Scrawled beneath it in the same handwriting. You are here dash. With an arrow pointing to his own cubicle. He follows the map, the corridors seeming to twist and rearrange themselves. He finally arrives at the spot marked X. It's a dead end. A blank wall. Stuck to the wall is another yellow post-it. Too late. It's behind you. The fluorescent lights above him flicker violently. In the strobing light, he sees it. The figure. It stands at the end of the hallway, a glitching, staticky silhouette of a man. It doesn't move. It just watches. Mark backs away, turns, and sprints blindly through the maze of desks. He skids to a halt back at his own cubicle. His sanctuary. He collapses into his chair, gasping for breath. He did a lap. It's gone. It was all in his head. Stress. He'll go home. Now. He moves his mouse to shut down his computer. The screen is frozen on the notepad file. New text has appeared. Text on screen, the haunted office doesn't end. It expands. You opened the door. Now you're part of the system. He hears a new sound. A low, mechanical grinding. He slowly turns his head. The industrial paper shredder against the wall has turned itself on. And sitting on the floor beside it, neatly stacked, are hundreds of reams of blank paper. And on top of the stack, a fresh pack of yellow post-it notes. On his desk, his printer whirs to life. It begins printing, over and over, the same image. It's a live feed from a security camera. It shows him, from behind, sitting at his desk. And standing just over his shoulder, leaning in close, is the figure. The printer spits out copy after copy after copy. Mark is paralyzed with terror. He watches the shredded fill with paper. The first completed post-it note of the new batch peels itself off the top of the pack. It floats through the air, carried by an unseen breeze, and lands softly on his keyboard. It reads, "Make them look." The camera slowly pushes in on Mark's face, a mask of utter horror. He is no longer in control. His hand, trembling, reaches for the mouse against his will. He opens a blank email. His fingers begin to type, compelled by a force he cannot fight. To, all staff. Subject, urgent, please review before end of day. The fluorescent lights above him buzz and die, plunging the office into darkness, save for the hellish glow of his monitor. Fade to black. Sound, the final, chilling sound is the rapid, rhythmic click-click-click of the mouse button being pressed.